in Natal and I'm at John Rich's Off-Road Academy. I'm here to test with him a piece of off-road recovery equipment. I had arranged with John a demonstration of a piece of recovery equipment that is not new to the off-road market, but has the potential to replace the ubiquitous high-lift jack. I wanted to ask the question, could an air jack be a suitable replacement for the potentially and far more dangerous high-lift jack? I have my doubts, but the answer would be put to the test in the hands of an advocate of the air jack, John Rich himself. Right, John Rich is now going to show us how to use an air jack. And we've got the Suzu stuck. It's mainly stuck on the back wheels. We actually put it in two-wheel drive to make sure that the back axle had good bottomed. This is a typical get stuck scenario. So let's go.
Okay, Andrew, yeah, this is obviously airbag is one of my favorites, and I always carry one with me when I go out. It's the trick to the airbag is to position it correctly, get the top and the bottom together, and you can use, I've got a good point here at the back. There's no sharp edges. You just got to watch the drop plate. If they have a drop plate, it has a very sharp edge on it, and it could go through this. Although this is extremely strong and it comes together with the bag, it's heat resistant on that one. If you feel that you're going to think, you can take a mat out and put it on top as well.
Okay, now the heat of the exhaust, is it heat resistant enough to withstand the heat of an exhaust?
Yeah, that I've seen. I've put it right on the exhaust before, and the top is.
Okay.
The sides I wouldn't, because obviously that's
obviously going to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
What I'd also like to do is I brought this along.
Yeah.
This I've got from a local outdoor warehouse, and I thought, isn't that nice? I mean,
it's nice and small. It's light.
It's nice. It's incredibly light, and I imagine there are other tools to be fitted there. And I thought we'd give it a try. That clips on there, and then we can make the handle a bit longer. Okay, give it a go.
All right, we'll see if it's strong enough for the job.
Yeah.
I just like to prepare a nice area under where we're going to put the jack. The other that we need to look at is where our valve is. Okay.
Yeah.
And the valve, this valve is in at the moment, so you just turn it slightly and it's sticking out, so the valve is actually going to work now. It has a release valve on it, which is extremely important on that. So the bag's fully inflated and you get a lot of heat on the bag. It doesn't rupture. It will let air out.
So that's a safety mechanism?
That's a safety, and I've heard them going off as well.
Okay.
And so it's extremely important, rather that than the bag rupturing.
Okay.
We have a valve so we can pump it with a air pump as well.
Right.
Okay. Placing this right underneath the vehicle. The top and the bottom should be in line with each other. The airbag comes with different size nozzles to it. We're just going to check the exhaust to see which one it's going to fit to. To see which one fits in, that's going to be the better one. There's one other point here, Andrew, is the exhaust. Sometimes you need to do a bit of spade work underneath the exhaust so you can actually get clear by the exhaust. And it all depends how the exhaust looks. If it's facing down, you might need to do a little bit of work.
You're going to need a little bit of work here.
We need to be able to reach the front of the vehicle with a pipe. It must be long enough to go from the exhaust all the way to the front, so we can lift the front
so
up.
if we're doing the front, then we could...
Yeah. And I feel this pipe is definitely long enough to do that. Slot the insert over that, and if we twist it, it holds on inside. Well away from... You can just push the bag slightly across.
Okay. This attempt didn't work. Once filled, the bag started to lean and push the vehicle sideways. This is typical, but doing it again is so easy. There is very little effort, even if it has to be repositioned several times to get the lift right. Time now to pack material underneath the wheel, so when the vehicle is lowered, it'll be clear of what's making it stuck.
Okay, I'm going to release it down. Wedged it in.
So I'm going to drive out.
Well, we're right on top here. So yeah, I would like you to go downstream more than if you go for that tuft on the other side. Well, it would be nice to demonstrate the jack, but we'll see if
I can get through there.
Yeah.
I asked John if we could get it much more thoroughly stuck. I want to put the Isuzu in a position where a high lift jack might be the only solution.
As it wants to lift itself there, then shoot it across. But if you do it well, then we'll have to come back and do it badly.
The intention here is to get the Isuzu well and truly stuck, but my natural instincts kick in, and it's actually my job to try and not get it stuck. There you go. Job not accomplished. So now I'm going to now get it stuck. I'm going to purposely get it stuck. There you go. A bit of full lock steering. That should do it. And I straighten them up again, and the vehicle wants to pull through. This means I'm going to have to get mean and nasty.
Go down more. More.
Good enough?
Okay, the dangers we look for is like hidden objects underneath the mud. It could be a sharp bone or anything like that. But the jacks they come with a top piece already attached to it, which is extremely strong. It's heat resistant as well, so if it touches anything hot, it doesn't burn. Okay, we're going to line the top and the bottom up. We're going to slide it underneath the vehicle. It worked, it hadn't sunk in. Yes, it's slippery underneath. It is pushing slightly to one side, but that we can use that and actually push it right out to the one side.
This is an extra prop.
For you.
Holding the car sideways.
I'm going to let some air out to see how we're sinking down in the mud, to see if the rocks are actually holding underneath it. We can control it. If we're keeping it off the ground, we've got quite a bit of height from that. Don't try and just do one jack. If it moves, well, you're lucky. Okay, if we need to do the front, well, so be. It's quite boggy.
John has decided to jack the side of the vehicle.
It's like a vacuum.
With a bit more packing of material underneath the wheels, it's time to see if it's worked.
Well done, Andrew.
Well, I think we bit off just a little bit more than we could chew, but chew it we did, and that was a great and genuine example of how to use an airlift jack to get a car out of a horrible sticky mess.